68 0 5 E.
Wait a sec. E. Yep.
So it was 5 E.
Yep.
0 0.
Yep.
9 0 6 8.
Cancel reservation. Oh yeah, cancellation before 6 p.m.
All right.
How's that? Just right. The reservation's been cancelled.
Right.
So let's head towards Rexburg.
Right.
And we won't stay anywhere that doesn't have power or gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll work out.
There's a whole heap of people in the world who fucking have no idea what to do in this circumstance, you know. That's it. I'll just put in the address for the Rexburg Hotel where we're staying. Can you type it in when I read it to you?
Hang on. Sorry, where am I doing this here?
Yeah, on maps. Or I'll get it up and I'll type it in. Rexburg.
Yeah, right, what are we doing? Rexburg.
Rexburg, yep. And it's Super 8 by Wyndham Rexburg. I'll do
What happened when?
I don't know. You've got fucking fat fingers or something. Okay, there's a severe thunderstorm warning.
Head northwest on 6th Street, then make a U-turn. Your route may be affected by severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, let's put the cell phone on charge and we'll go. Half a tank of gas. Couple of cigarettes.
Wearing sunglasses?
Yep.
Okay, we're on a mission from God.
Because this town looks fucking dead. Like,
That's right.
there's not even people sitting out on the footpath having a beer or something because it's fucked.
Continue on 6th Street for 1 mile.
I mean, it's like it would have been nice to stay at the wagon wheel or the Super 8.
Somewhere.
But you know, when it comes time for dinner, no one will have dinner ready because there's
That's
no
right.
power and no
That's
gas.
Yep. I'm a bit surprised because these sorts of places I would have thought would have been fairly used to losing power in
Oh.
winter.
Yeah. What it comes down to is, even Gordon talks about it. He gets quite senior people from like TFAP. He's had a few sacked who don't tell him his travel details until 4 hours
In a quarter
before he
mile,
departs.
turn left
Yes.
onto US 93
And
North.
he's not talking about 4 hours departing from New York. He's talking about before he goes away for 3 weeks.
Yep.
He doesn't know what route he's on. He's asked, and they're seriously considering letting fucking members book their own fucking travel because they just fuck it up. But they're meant to give them a whole brief and all that sort of stuff. He says it's like they spend.
Take the second left onto US 93 North.
Is this the second left? Yeah, I think it is. And he said. He said
Continue on US 93 North for 106
because they're
miles.
writing all your brief, they don't seem to book the travel.
Right.
So he said it's just fucking hopeless.
Right. So, are we going to Rexburg?
We're heading towards Rexburg.
Okay.
So I don't personally want to be driving till 9:50. But if we, as we go along,
Okay.
there'll be motels and stuff,
Yep.
so we'll just pull up somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, we should go to Bella's Ranch.
I should have taken a photo of it. Send it. Send it to the girls. Say this is where we're staying tonight.
It looks nice.
No power, no gas, but women.
Yeah, I bet you they don't fucking care. You got cash, boy? Yeah,
Yes.
fucking, that's okay. Cash is okay. So now this is the sort of road that I normally try and drive on. The sort of real secondary roads. So see, we did 300 today.
Yep.
And it's another 300 the next one. That's roughly how I was trying to keep it.
Righto. Well,
But we've got shitloads of daylighters.
so just okay. The bloody aircraft are taking off. Can't stand it.
Yeah, they fucking had enough. There's no gas.
It's no power. That's right. Yep.
And Rexburg, it was an interesting place, but all we heard was no power, no gas.
Yes. Yep.
And when I greeted someone with that, she said yes.
She's not very happy.
She looked shitty as fuck.
Yeah.
But her little handbag and that, I think she's a whore.
A what?
A whore. Does the
Alright.
truckies.
Okay.
You know, they carry their little 5 condoms and jar of lube and shit.
Okay.
Because when I've driven around truck stops and stuff, you see women coming around where the trucks are. And
Right.
yeah. It happened to me in the other place last time.
Yep.
Except they just put me because they fucking throw you.
So yeah. So
And even the park service have this fucking cartoon with a person flying in the air gushing blood, and it's got 2 knocked back with fluffy cows.
yeah, that's right. Yep. There's in the Apple news feed. There every day there is a thing of somebody taking a photograph somewhere in the States, something stupid, with some animal.
Yeah, like with a baby bear cub.
Yeah,
Mum
yeah.
charging in from behind.
That's right, yeah, that sort of thing.
I
Right?
may move away, but not when you got...
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'll find out where it is and I'll bring you around to watch it. It's Suan with love to watch it with you.
Yeah.
She laughed her fucking ass off from start to finish. It was just so fucking stupid and funny, but it had some really interesting nuances that I won't tell you about, but it was fucking hilarious. It was, ludicrous.
Yep.
But they say based on a true stories of a true story or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Cocaine Bear. It was the funniest fucking thing.
On the blurb about the sheep,
Yeah.
it said it's a very good place to winter sheep
Okay, here.
in Nevada in general.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they used to take sheep from all the surrounding states.
Oh, like Wyoming and
Yep.
Yep.
But now there's only 12 ranches left, and they grow a Merino Rambouillet cross wool.
Yeah.
So
Better keep the camera out if it's a deer migration route. Because now we're starting to get areas where there are national parks and parks around it.
yep.
See up here, that's a nature bridge.
Oh yep.
I saw a few of those in California
Yeah.
when we were driving up.
There's these bloody enormous ones they've built in Queensland.
Yeah.
So they're quite wide.
Yeah, this thing's like a fucking car bridge.
Yeah.
But it just got, earth and grass on top of it and a fence. And if this is a deer migration route, I notice it's got a big deer fence, right? So they're going to funnel if
Both
they're moving,
sides.
They're
Yeah.
going to move. They're funneling them, to these things. They're funny looking deer.
Non-fluffy cows.
Yes. From what I've seen, I think we'll still have sunlight until like 7 o'clock at least, which means we've got, what have we got? About 3 hours.
Tell you, one of the advantages with deer
Yeah,
is they're not going to be all that good at leaping this fence.
yeah,
Whereas the bloody kangaroos,
yeah.
um,
That was one I sent to Rochelle the other day. There was a kangaroo who jumped onto someone's roof.
yep.
Yeah,
Apparently the fence along the parkway in Canberra was very expensive,
yeah.
and it's not very good.
Majura Parkway.
No, going down to Tuggeranong.
Oh yeah, but Majura Parkway is one I haven't seen a dead kangaroo for fucking donkeys.
Okay.
And we used to have a lot of them. Like they used to have a lot of them around that area. So it seems to be working, but it might be a different fence.
I'm trying to remember where I was the other night, somewhere down around where we live. And there was a male,
Yeah,
right, a fully grown male,
yeah,
in just this suburban street.
yeah. Well, they come into Hackett.
Oh, it was up, yeah, well, it was in Downer.
Yeah, they come right into Hackett all the time.
Yeah, and it was at night, and there was this flicker that Fiona said, "What's that?" And this brew went boing in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
much more like I like when I'm driving.
Yep.
The sort of real country roads. Even though, you know, the road from Vegas, you come into plenty of small, really small places, and even though that was a major state road, it wasn't that bad. That 80, you know, that's like driving on the Hume Highway a bit.
Yep.
So we look like we'll get another state in tonight. If nothing else, I think you've got some gummy bears or something, haven't you? And I've got some wine, so we'll be right.
Okay. No, I don't think I've got any food now, so
Oh, okay.
it's all
I
right.
should have bought those marshmallows, the jet ones. Jet marshmallows. Don't know what a fucking jet marshmallow is.
Well, I'll look up on the map where the next nearest Walmart is, and we'll drop in.
And they'll go no power, no gas.
No, but they'll have marshmallows.
Oh.
Apparently, this sage stuff is pretty good for sheep,
Yeah.
and they don't have the same. They can eat snow to get water, whereas cattle apparently can't. They need liquid water to
Oh,
drink.
okay.
So apparently they had a severe winter here sometime in the, I think it was the 19th century, and it killed a lot of cattle,
Yeah, but the sheep survived.
and so people said, "Oh shit, sheep look pretty good."
What gets me is, you know, I mean, lots of Americans that are anti-sheep.
Yeah,
And, you know, I was in, I forget where it was, some farmer's market, and they had lamb.
yeah,
The bloke's telling me it's really good, and I said, I'm from Australia. What? You eat a lot of it.
yeah.
I said, yeah, it's fucking great, mate. He goes, I have so much trouble convincing Americans to even try it.
Yeah.
He said, you know, Middle Eastern people, Greeks and stuff, they just love it.
Yep.
So the Greeks are good at it. Now,
I can remember reading about sheep mucking up ground for cattle,
Yep.
and possibly horses. So I can see that the prejudice may have come from that. And I mean, let's face it, this is a country built on unfounded prejudices.
Well, that's exactly it too, isn't it? Because when they were talking about having range wars, right,
Yes.
between sheep and cattle,
Yeah,
it may have had no basis in truth that there was a problem with sheep and cattle coexisting.
yeah.
It's just that's the way people interpret it.
I think the issue with the range, amongst the other things, the bit about range wars was more to do with the fencing. They didn't want the fence. They didn't want to fence the ranges.
Yeah.
I think the problem with that's weird, because I think, well, you don't usually need to fence with sheep if you've got shepherds,
Yeah,
which is what that display we just saw was all about.
Yeah, but you know, did the Americans run shepherds, or were they?
Well, that's what that thing in
Oh, no,
Wells was about.
Yeah, but what I mean is, you never know whether the behaviours here were unique to this sort of area because the people who came from somewhere where they had shepherds.
Where they did shepherds. I don't know, mate.
You know what I mean? Like
what it reminded me of.
Yeah, because you know when you think of it, large acre stuff in Australia where they've just got cattle running over the size of Texas.
Yeah.
it's a completely different style of farming, and so people mostly didn't like the more, when they were in competition, didn't like the more intense nature of it, or possibly it was just I'm trying to sell beef, so I make sheep.
Well, the other thing might have been too that the sheep came second.
Yeah.
You had these cattle barons, and certainly some of the stuff I read about some of these people who are out here, there were elements of the Wild West in the West.
Yeah.
People who said, fuck you, right? I own this place, even though I don't.
Yep.
And were quite willing to
do whatever it took.
That's right, including kill people.
Yeah, well, the old Western flicks where they hire gunslingers to run farmers off their ranches and stuff.
Well, that Killers of the Flower Moon,
Yeah.
my understanding is that that's based on truth, and it's
that's the DiCaprio one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And my understanding is that is, even though it's a dramatisation, apparently, very, very close to the true stuff about what happened. It's like the Tulsa massacre was sort of buried in history for fucking 100 years, where they'd massacred all these black people, because they had millionaires that were black people at that stage. It was really successful.
Yeah. We can't have that.
And I suspect that's what we see when we see this toing and froing in American politics. Because, when they talk about DEI, where they seem to have stopped using that because the left started saying, don't you mean Don, Eric and Ivanka?
Yes.
Right? There's the DEI hires.
Yes.
The veterans were saying, we get preference for a whole heap of things. That's a DEI hire, right?
Yep.
There's vote for vets, vets vote.
Yes.
Because it's like the old cartoon where the billionaire's got 99 cookies and there's one cookie in the middle.
Yes.
And he's telling the poor white bloke that the poor brown bloke's trying to take his cookie.
Yeah.
And what they really do is they get people who say, I'm white, I was born here, I should be better off.
Yes.
And I have no qualms with the fact they should be better off. But it's not the brown people taking their money from them.
No, that's right. Well,
it's people like Elon Musk.
This is the stuff that comes out of stuff that Hitler did, and before that.
I hear always people tell me, teachers turn kids gay. I said,
oh, this is going to be interesting. It's a bit tight for my liking.
Yeah, I know.
No, it was fine. No, it wasn't him. It was what he was doing with the other bloke.
Would have made good video footage if he clipped him. I wanted to have a camera on a car in 2016, and we were driving down, I don't know which freeway, because an F-250 is not a small vehicle.
No.
It's like, I think back to that night when the young Asian couple were telling me about their car with the fucking tube lines through it from the truck.
Yeah.
I wish I'd taken a photo of it.
Yep. Ah,
So jackpot.
Okay.
If jackpot's got power, well, Twin Falls isn't too far either.
No, so
If we look at jackpot and think, no, I don't want to stay there, like it's really got nothing.
that's right. It's a good name for a place in Nevada, though.
Yeah. have fun when they find out there's no gas and no power.
When I was riding up the Stewart Highway a long time ago, that happened at Barry's Caves.
Yeah.
They had no power. Okay, now they didn't have. They had a generator, but it wasn't working,
Yeah.
and you couldn't get fuel. I was carrying fuel on my motorbike,
Yeah.
and I poured it in, and off I rode. And fortunately, I got to the next place.
Well, I carry 3 jerry cans in the van.
Yeah,
Mainly because when I was driving around Australia, you just don't know whether something happens or doesn't
No.
happen and stuff. So I carried 3 cans. I used them one day transiting Victoria because COVID was starting to break out.
yep.
And then
We're in Nevada and it's raining.
yeah, oops, oh shit! I just put it in neutral.
Sorry.
I just put it in neutral. My natural inclination then.
Yep.
I'm glad you can't put it in park and speed
No.
because I accidentally pushed that button trying to wash the windows.
Yep. This is your thunderstorm.
Stopped the temperature by about 12 degrees already. Was in a Navajo reservation,
Yep.
and I think we've stayed at 2 of them, and both of them had lamb on the menu.
Yeah.
And the Navajo liked them because they get, fat fibre from them for sewing and clothing, and when their life is that's done, they get slaughtered.
Yep.
Like I was saying, it's more like mutton, or like an older, much
Well,
older animal.
if they're sheep,
Yeah,
if they're wool sheep,
yeah,
yeah, then
that,
they'll be old. They'll be old when they get killed.
yeah, but therefore they had quite a bit of flavour, and because as a meat, sheep meat, mutton, lamb, there's a lot of intermuscular fat anyway, so it's hard not to get good flavour out of the stuff.
I can remember we'd go up to our friends in Central Victoria. Shirley would roast a sheep, or roast the side of sheep,
Yep.
and it would be black, a sort of a matte black
Yeah.
on the outside. It wasn't burnt.
Yeah.
That was the colour it went.
Yeah.
And yeah, right, it had great flavour, a lot of flavour.
Yeah.
Whereas I find your average lamb these days, it's tasty enough, but it's a bit thin.
Well, the thing I think, it's a bit like the Greek cooking, Greek long cooking style. Where it gets so soft and tender, but you've actually removed a lot of moisture from it as well.
Yeah.
So it's, there's more intense flavour, and a bit like any animal. Wagyu steak, my understanding is it should be cooked medium because the fat's all render.
Yeah.
But some people think it should be done well done.
Yeah.
But that's because it's got so much fat.
there's power. Right. Focus.
Thinking of when we're in the town and the direction all those utility vehicles were going in,
Yep.
the failure's back that way somewhere.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, when we're in the centre of town
Yes.
and there was that line of wide vehicles went out,
Yep.
they were power workers, I'm pretty sure. One of them was a
Yes.
bucket and all
Yep.
that.
Yep.
And
Well,
they were heading down the main drag, or whatever it was, but in the opposite direction of what we're sort of doing now.
yeah. Headed by bloody Union Pacific vehicle, but around there, I suspect that if you've got problems with power and you know what to do about it, then you're expected to do it.
Yeah, well, what mostly happens is they get a call out fee.
Yeah.
You know, if you're available, please come.
Yep.
So it's getting a bit more dramatic now that we've got a bit of weather and stipple light, and less of that dust. Monitoring station for weather.
There's another one.
What's that?
Oh, what I'm doing is I was just looking at this power line here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he's got a branch off down there. That makes sense. Because I was watching this and thinking, I think it's a thing called a single wire earth return system.
Oh, okay.
Because you see, it's only got one wire right on the top,
Yep.
and it's high
There's
voltage.
a second one there. There's two lines. One at the top. One
Yeah,
on the
but the bottom one's not carrying much in the way of insulation. Right, the insulator that matters is one on the top. So I don't know what the other one does, but I suspect it might be a phone line.
Oh, I suppose that. Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's all right. But I just look at this stuff and go, how do you get your power? All right, so that makes sense. That's what that was doing, providing power to those farms. Because what I was thinking about was, all right, this would have to be supplied from Wells.
Yeah.
So if Wells hasn't got any power, neither's this.
Yeah.
Right, but then we were crossed by a higher voltage power line doing whatever it was doing.
Yeah. And of course, the other thing is it might actually be provided by the other town.
could be.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Oh, this is looking all right, mate.
Yep.
Oh, so the next turn that it's got on here is Indiana, 74. So that's in 62 miles.
Right. Okay. That's the other side of Jackpot.
Now, this doesn't appear to have the deer fences like the other one.
No. Here the deer all read the manual,
Yeah,
but they don't come this way.
Oh, good.
Yep. It's taken years to get literate deer, but they've managed. What I suspect is that something over there,
Yeah.
just like maybe that range there, deer just go, why would I climb that?
Yeah. It's one thing I really like with that Subaru, or the Wyndham Matilda, is you can cancel to like 6 p.m.
Yep.
All getting their hay covered, ready for winter.
Yep.
There's a big American flag on the back of his ute.
Yeah, and another one here in the gravel pit.
Yeah.
When I was in Walmart, they had a packet of patriotic biscuits with blue icing and red, white, and blue long sprinkles. You know, the long
Yeah.
thin ones, right?
Yeah.
These things are about, I don't know, half an inch long, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should have bought some.
Maybe you
I
should
have
have.
to say the patriotism stuff, I find it's a bit false, really.
Yeah.
And I think it drives some behaviours that at times it would be better to be a bit more self-critical.
Yeah. It's why, if you've ever seen the series Newsroom,
No.
it's worth watching because this stage and they're doing this sort of interview, and one of the students gets to ask a question: why is America the best country in the world? And he fucking tears with me one. Everyone says freedom, he goes, but France is free. In Australia, Britain, Germany, these people are free.
Yes.
Their education systems are better. They outperform us on this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
They've got healthcare. Yeah.
Yep.
And he goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after it, he's sort of got this: I'm fucking not playing both sides.
Yep.
On my show, it's the fucking news, right? So we're not going to kowtow to anyone. Report what's going on, right? That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, won't put up with lies. Anyhow, in about the second or third series, she comes in to work there.
Yep. Like a student.
The student has
Yep.
finished a degree.
Yep.
Yeah. But it was fucking great, like, because then there's this dilemma about not playing for ratings. So Salmon River, I wonder if there was salmon in there one day.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's actually really well written, well acted, well scripted, intellectually interesting discussion about the news. It's something that, again, on reflection, a lot of people should watch.
Yep.
They might sort of get what's going on. So like I made a comment about Sky News being the cheer squad for the LNP.
Yes.
And, Gary Deitch and that are going, oh, what about the ABC? So the ABC doesn't do stuff like this at all for either side.
Yep. In fact, right now, I'd have to say that some of the stuff I see at the
I
ABC,
find it's more right wing than I like.
Yeah. And
even though I'm noticing David Spears and a few of the others are starting to get a bit fed up with some of the LNP lines and
yes.
them.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful on that, because I don't think it's they're trying to win the government's stuff.
No.
I think it's this sort of, I'm naturally inclined to lean right as a reporter,
Yeah.
but you're not doing the sorts of things that I believe is the right.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes you lie.
So look at this stuff. You need to get photos of that stuff, Clyde. You're the photographer. Because they are beautiful scenes, aren't they? Like,
Well, the other thing is that it's just interesting watching what's happening with the rock.
yeah. There's a lot more power lines up this way.
Yeah.
Appear to be standing.
So this one's the one that crossed us before, but he just went straight over the range and didn't go round like we did.
Oh, that's for sale.
Jesus. Mineral Hot Springs.
Yeah.
I reckon that's Jackpot's power supply.
Yeah. this Kia is. It gets up and goes. Good. Heading due north.
Yeah, that's what it does. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Jackpot down there.
Yeah.
Maybe a wheat silo or something. Oh, it'd be a casino.
Of course it'll be a casino.
8-story casino.
Really? I suppose it's right near a fucking...
Well, it's the last chance you've got on this road to be in Nevada.
Yeah, and then, but
Right.
I mean, for people on the other side, it's the closest, maybe the closest casino they can get.
If they're in, I think it's Idaho we're going into.
Yeah.
Right? Well, all they do is grow potatoes.
Man.
So they need to get down here for a bit of excitement.
Because they can't sin in Idaho. Because that was Boxhead's governorship was there.
Oh, okay.
It's considered a ruby red state. However, I think they just recently had a constitutional thing on abortion, and it got up.
Yeah.
That abortion should be available.
Right.
Because they were out to ban it. And it's one of those states where you can petition for a referendum.
Yep.
And they got the petitioning numbers, and then the referendum was upheld.
Right. Well, what are they? You know?
But that's what I was saying. It's
What, are they Republicans that like women or something?
It was.
Where's the world going
Well,
to?
they reckon, you know, women turned up en masse. And of course, yeah.
Bloody oath,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's not just in Afghanistan.
No, that's right.